Hello everyone. Would like to talk to you about how to use MyMathLab. Okay, I am on your course homepage. So whenever you log on, this is what should pop up. Something very similar to this. Again, your student view is different than my instructor's view. So point out some key characteristics. Up here is your calendar. It'll tell you when everything is made available to you. I have made everything available to you in this chapter, and that way it allows you to be able to get done with as much work as you want or as possible to be able to finish the course early if you would like. Here you will have uh, where there's a clock, it'll be whenever items are due. So, and if we go along here and just look, you can find your due dates and see it'll list everything whenever it's due. Another way that you're helped on is what to work on next. And this changes as you actually complete each assignment as you go through. And it says next due date and it lists it for you. And you can just click here and go to view all assignments. Over here on your left, this is like your course navigation bar. Course home is where we're at. Assignments, we'll do that last. Here's your e-text. That's your textbook, digital textbook in case you didn't buy a hard copy one. Grade book. Over here, this is an overview where it says overall score. This is just an overview of what your grade currently is. I need to caution you about your grade book and your overall, because you can have people that will do 3 of 6 assignments and they make 100 on those 3 and they think I got 100 in this class, and then they don't do the other 3. And then whenever it turns around and the due date comes and they get zeros from it, now they have a 50. Your grade is subject to change, and I don't understand why some people can't view this, is that if you don't do the work you get a 0. So your grade is always in constant flux until the very end of the course. So make sure that you're doing all your work, and you can see it in much more detail in gradebook. Okay, so let us, and over here you may click on any items you have over here and explore what's in the course for you. I did not make everything available that the course has to offer, because you can get over inundated with all the information. So please get on here, explore, find stuff. They have animation and other things that are available for you to be able to look at, and it really, a lot of learning is how the information is presented for you, what allows you to be able to take in the information and conceptualize. But the main point of the MyMathLab, and I think it's very helpful, is that you get immediate feedback upon working a problem. I think that makes a world of difference. I can assign you 10 problems through here or 10 problems from your book. Here, as soon as you work the first one and you get it wrong, you learn from that. If I just give you 10 problems in your book, you can sit there all night and you can work 10 problems and get very proficient at working them incorrectly. And then you come in the next day and I'm like, these are all wrong. Well, you've just wasted that whole night working problems incorrectly and learning incorrectly. With this, you get immediate feedback and you're able to make adjustments. So let's look at assignments. This is going to be the main thing for you guys with your course. All right. And for your introductory homework, I will open that back up. Go ahead and let you all know this is not a homework. This is to just get you familiar with MyMathLab. Videos. There is no grade to the videos. The videos are there for your edification, to present data to you other than reading the book, both of which help you study. Whenever you're reading your book or you're watching the videos, you should be taking notes. I think everyone learns it whenever they write it, better than just reading it or watching it. It helps make it more personal. This right here where it says Chapter 1 Homework, and I try to list the sections because you will not work every section out of this book nor every chapter. Alright, click on it. Good detail here. Tells you what you're working on, because it's very easy to get lost in this course with it being electronic. It's different with the book because there you can see the progression of the book as you're going through it. Tells you whenever it's due. All your assignments are due right before midnight on the due date. And then current score, because I could have worked on this yesterday, say I only got half of it done, and then turned around and went back and getting ready to start again. This is also important. Attempts. You have unlimited per question, meaning I can work question one an unlimited amount of time. Late submissions, if you're not done with all your homework, or if there's part of one of these that's wrong, uh, there's a 10% deduction per day for the questions completed after the due date. And also up here, this is also important. It's a very minimum score, but it requires you to complete all homework before you're allowed to take a quiz. Your minimum score is a 40%. I have strong confidence in all of y'all that a 40% score would not be acceptable. So hopefully I do not see that. In college, every point matters, especially in the beginning, before you're burnt out by the end. Every point you get because that helps your grade. All right. So what I want to do, let's do this, is those questions from chapter 1 are very just definitions. Let's scroll down here and look at, how about chapter 3? Chapter 3. All right, chapter 3, same layout, tells you everything that you need to know. And then you click on a question. And your homework will open up. Love me some Barrow Internet. I like this. At least I don't have to hear that dial-up signal. All right, here's my homework. All right, reminder of what you're on. You're on chapter 3 homework, sections 1 through 3. Gives you, if you've attempted this, you have 0 out of 1 points. And then here's a drop down box to where you can go to any question that you want. Now you really can't tell, okay, question 22 is this or that. You don't know. What this is good for is whenever you come back in and you are correcting. Some of these questions have multiple parts, like the one we're going to do. There's multiple parts in there, so you may have missed one of the parts. So you don't have to just click through 1, 2, 3. You can go directly. So say I missed question 8 and 19. In the beginning I click on question 8. Well, then I click this and it opens up and I say, oh, I missed 19 too. And then you can click on it and go right there and get everything 100%. That should be your goal. All right, so here, this is the question that we have. You're going to find the mean, median, mode, and mid-range for the data, and then you're going to answer another question. So 5 parts, A, B, C, D, and E, and they give you your data. This right here, we're not using StatCrunch. We're not going to use Clipboard. We're not going to use Excel. We're not using any software to do it. If you want, you can use those. My problem with it is that if you're going to take the knowledge that we have in statistics and you're going to use this in a graduate level program, you're going to have statistical software that is not StatCrunch or Excel. So I don't want us spending time using stuff that, and to say it honestly, that is not practical for your further education. If we had a software like Minitab, we would be using that because that is something that is practically used out in the real world. Excel is used, but it is not, it cannot do statistical data for outside the scope. You got to do a lot of work to be able to get your data to be able to use. It's good for some rudimentary work, but what we're going to do is everything by hand, okay? And it's important to learn it that way, so that way you know what it's actually given. You can visualize what's going on. But once you start doing statistical work in your job or in higher level education, it'll be advanced programs that you'll use. So this is all my data. I do my work and I turn around and say, okay, I found the mean to be 42. I missed it. Well, what it turns around and gives you is it walks you through, hey, this is what the mean is. Hey, here's your formula. This is what you need to do. Gives you a clue. Well, I read that and I'm like, and I look at my notes and I'm like, I still don't understand. Well, I can come up here to question help. Whoops. With question help, you have all these things that you can choose from. You can say, help me solve this, and it's going to walk you through. You can click on view an example, and it's going to give you a similar problem, and it's just step by step of what they do. It is very structured how they show the work. I will tell you this, though. I give you example problems, and I work example problems for you, and sometimes I try to go with what the book says, but sometimes my stuff will be different. Maybe that's good or bad. I don't know. You got videos you can watch, which I put on there. You got your textbook that you can read. StatCrunch, which I don't want you using, or don't worry about tech help. Ask my instructor. This is where you're stuck on a problem, you can't figure it out. You've looked at an example, you've tried other things, you just can't figure it out. You can click this and it will send me the exact question that you're on, exact numbers, and you can type in there, hey, this is what I'm having trouble with. Can you help me? And I will respond back. So let's just look at help me solve this first. It's going to walk you through step by step. First, it's asking you, hey, what's the formula to be able to find main? Okay. And then you turn around and you click on there, and then it's going to walk you through, and it actually explains, it shows you, hey, the sum of the x's was all your data points, each one's an x, so you add them together and then you get an answer. It will walk you through step by step. Look at that, just for a, it's going to walk you through 14 things, but it's detailed. Whenever you do that, you're writing notes so that you're learning and you're thinking. View an example will simply be that it will walk you through. Oops, clicked the wrong button. It will walk you through step by step of what they're doing. And what they do is not difficult. But with anything that you're doing, and if you're struggling with it, it constitutes time. It does. So I work a problem and I get everything correct. Down here at the bottom, once I finish, the little pop-up window comes up and it will say, excellent, good job. It'll say next question, and if you click OK, it's going to take you to the next question. If you just close that window and click that X, down at the bottom it says similar question. You can click that and you'll get a similar question that you can work. Work your homework problems as many times. Just because I assign you, I don't assign an abundance of homework problems. Just because you do a bunch of homework problems does not mean that you know the material. Only you know if you know the material. I try to assign a moderate amount of homework problems. If you struggle with an area, then work more homework problems. At the end, you can say to yourself, I know how to work those problems. And if you can say yes, then you are ready. But you have to be the judge of that. All right. The other thing is, I'm working the homework problems. I get through with some of them, and then I have to go. I click save. Save my progress. It saves everything. And then whenever I log back on, look, see, I got a red X there because I missed the question. So I know I can go to that one and fix whatever I missed. Okay, the other thing that I want to show you, my campus. I have contact and all that information in my campus, but down here on my campus, I have videos on working example problems. Currently, chapters 2, 3, and 10. I did not put chapter 1 in there because it's definition, so I don't know how I can show you how to work those problems. Read it, memorize them. Then down here, I have example problems that I have written out. Apologize for my handwriting in the videos and in the example problems. But these are here to help you to reason through your work. I ask no questions that are tricky, but statistics can be tricky the way they word stuff. So you got to be able to practice them, work them, learn how to organize your work. Those problems are there to better assist you with your homework. So log on to my campus. These are YouTube, or they're posted on YouTube. These are PDF files that you click and they just download. All right, guys. Wish you luck with your homework and in using my math lab.